Hello everyone, this is Dr. Shashidhar from Bennett University, Greater Noida, UP. So in this video tutorial, I will teach you what are the smart contracts, why we need smart contracts in blockchain technology. Well, yeah. So here is the definition, like what are smart contracts. So let me define smart contracts. Smart contracts are lines of code that are stored on a blockchain and automatically execute when predefined terms and conditions are met. So we can say that the smart contract is a uh, lines of code. It's like a programming. So we can write in order to perform some functionality. That is smart contract. In other words, we can define it is a computer protocol. Smart contract is a computer protocol. It is called smart because of its ability to verify and execute a contract without any help from third parties. So we know that the contract exists in the decentralized blockchain network and contains all the terms and particular agreement. So here again let me define like a smart contract. We can write a code, programming code using some programming language. The programming language can be Solidity or Go language. After writing a program, okay, so in order to perform certain functionality, so that can be compiled, executed, and later that can be deployed into the blockchain network. So that is smart contract. So here the blockchain is then updated when the smart contract is completed, right? Let me discuss what are the benefits or like what are the advantages of smart contracts, why we need blockchain smart contracts. So which provides some services like speed and accuracy. So whenever you are going to use smart contracts, so that is speed because the smart contracts are digital and automated, so you don't have to spend so much time for processing the paperwork as well as correcting the errors. So it saves the time. So instead of taking a days, a contract can be verified in minutes. Next we have trust. The advantage of this smart contract is trust. Smart contracts automatically execute transactions following the predetermined rules and the encrypted records of those transactions. Okay, so here there is no third party entities. Okay, so we are running the smart contracts on the blockchain, obviously, which provides trust. One more advantage is like security. Once you have deployed the smart contract in the blockchain, so which is more secure because the transactions which are stored in the blockchain networks are immutable, cannot be modified. So it provides the security. Next we have savings. So the advantage of the smart contract is savings. Like smart contracts can remove the need of third parties because participant can trust the visible data and the technology to properly execute the transaction. So it saves the money. There is no need to pay fees to third parties like lawyers, real estate, in some other blockchain use cases. You can see that there is a slide here how smart contract can work. So here we have a sequence of steps like step number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so here the first step is two or more user can create a smart contract. Suppose if two persons or two or more persons they want to start a business or they want to make some rules like what is the agreement. So I can define a smart contract is a agreement between two or more entities. So they have to mention the terms and conditions in that agreement using some programming language, right? That is two or more users they will write the contract. After that, in the second step, all the contract terms are written as a code. So how to represent that smart contract? They will use some programming language. The programming language can be the Solidity or Go language. Okay, so they will write a program. Okay, so they will create the smart contract. After that, the smart contract is stored in the blockchain. So once they have successfully written the program for that particular smart contract, that can be compiled. So we have a different IDEs like Remix. The smart contract can be compiled. After that, the smart contract can be deployed into the blockchain network. So we can use the different platforms like Ethereum blockchain or Hyperledger platform in order to deploy the contract. In the fourth step, the smart contract executes itself when events are triggered. So based on the conditions or events, the blockchain in the blockchain, the smart contract will executes. So this is about how the smart contract works. So in the next slide we have like the advantages, the pros of smart contracts. So by using the smart contract we will be having a security, so because which is running on the blockchain, and second, the speed and low cost, as well as it supports for standardization. So once you have executed the smart contract, like once you have created the binary file, bytecode for a smart contract, that can be run in any other blockchain platform. So that is standardization. Even it provides the accuracy. So smart contracts are smart, which is digital. Obviously the accuracy will be there, and the transparency. The transparency will be provided by the blockchain network, and autonomy. So the individual contracts can take the independent decisions. So these are some advantages of using smart contracts. So here let me define how to write the smart contracts. So here in this tutorial I am focusing on Ethereum blockchain. So there is a programming language called Solidity programming. So we can use the Solidity programming in order to develop the smart contracts. Okay, so here Solidity is an object oriented high level language for implementing the smart contracts. Solidity was influenced by C++ and JavaScript, and it is designed to target Ethereum virtual machine. So here the conclusion is like the Solidity programming is based on object-oriented concepts like C++ or Java. So here along with that we can use the JavaScript, and we can create the Ethereum virtual machine. So in Java we can use Java virtual machine. So it's here Solidity, which is used to target Ethereum virtual machine. And some other points we need to remember is Solidity is typed language. So strictly typed language. Here we will be having some data types, and it also supports for inheritance. Solidity supports for libraries, and complex user defined types among other features will be there. So here we will discuss the compilation procedure, right? Yeah, how to compile the high level program. So we are writing a lines of code, so like Java program or a C++ program. How to compile it? So in order to compile we will be having some compilers. Solidity compiler. The Solidity compiler will take the high level language program and it converts into the bytecode. So the bytecode is known as binary or JSON, and later this bytecode can be deployed to a specific address on the blockchain network. The Solidity compiler turns code into EVM bytecode, which can then be sent to the Ethereum network as a deployment transaction. So here such deployments have more transaction fees than the smart contract interaction and must be paid by the owner of the contract. So this is the compilation process in the Solidity. Okay, let me see the template or a skeleton, how the smart contract will looks like. So what are the parameters are there in the smart contract? So here first statement is the pragma statement, import statements, interfaces, libraries, and contracts. So these elements makes the smart contracts. The pragma statement, which indicates which version of the compiler, Solidity compiler we are using. Next statement we have like import statements. So it is possible to import the files from other files, so like Java. And Solidity also supports for interfaces, libraries, and contracts. Okay, we'll discuss the structure and the entire things in the upcoming slide. Here you can see that the smart contract, what present in the smart contract. Okay, so if you want to write the smart contract, what are the elements should be required? The smart contract may contain the declarations, type declarations. So if you want to declare a variable, we need a data type. Okay, and we have to declare. Okay, so the variable belongs to which type, that is type declaration. Then we have a state variables. Okay, so the state variables are the variables, so this will be stored in a contract space. After that, events, there is occurrence of things, and the smart contract can also contain the functions. So these are part of the smart contracts. Okay, so here let me discuss one simple smart contract. Okay, how the smart contract will looks like. So here the smart contract is deployed using Solidity programming. Solidity programming, here you can see the first line. Okay, so the first line is pragma, solidity, and some version, that is 0.4.7, right? So here pragma is a keyword which instructs the solidity compiler, that which compiler we are going to use. Okay, so the compiler version is 0.4.7 we are using. Okay, so that is instructed by the pragma keyword. Okay, so like Java we have a classes, here we have a contract. Okay, so the concept of contract and the name of the contract, the name of the contract is simple, that is user defined. Okay, so within the contract sample we have declared a state variable. Okay, so the state variable declaration, that is state where that belongs to unsigned integer. So after that we have a function called set. So function is a keyword which is used to define the functions. Okay, so then the name of the function is set. This function will accept the argument. So it will be having one argument, that is unsigned x. Okay, so the scope of the function is public. Okay, so within the function we have a local variable. Okay, so the state variable we have declared in the previously. Now we are going to initialize the state variable. Okay, so here we have initialized the state variable into x. State var is equal to x. We have one more function, that is get. Function get public view returns, so which returns the unsigned int. So here we have a keyword called view. So the functions in solidity, there are two types of functions, like view function and pure function. In the upcoming slides I will tell you. Like whenever you are using declaring a function as a view, so you cannot modify the state variable. You cannot modify the state variable, like we have a state variable x. Okay, so that we cannot modify whenever you are using a function as a view. Okay, so in the function get we are trying to write the value of the variable, that is state variable. So this is one of the simple contract that is written in solidity. Okay, next we have one more contract. Okay, so here you can see that one more contract, that is counter smart contract. Yeah, let me discuss one more solidity contract. Okay, so here this contract which is used to increment a value of the variable and decrement the value of the variable. So like first line we have pragma, so which instructs to the compiler, solidity compiler, like which version we are going to use in order to execute this program, right? After that we have defined a contract name. So contract name is simple. Okay, so within the contract we have a state variable. Okay, yeah, so this is the slide. Okay, so here the contract name we have defined hello world, right? So within that, so there is a state variable. Okay, the variable name is counter, so which is initialized to 5. So this variable belongs to unsigned integer. So in this contract we have a function for add. Okay, so in order to add the counter value, in order to increment the counter value, we have a add function. Okay, so the how to define the function, so we need a function keyword, the name of the function is add. Okay, so there is no arguments within the function. Then we have a scope, the scope is public. Within that, so we are going to increment the value counter plus plus. So with help of the add function we are going to increment the value of the counter variable, so which increments 1. Okay, so that is 5 plus 1. So next function we have function subtract. Okay, so the function is a keyword, the name of the function is subtract, the scope is public. Okay, so here we are defining counter minus minus. So we have defined functions add, subtract, and one more function get counter. So here with help of the get counter we are trying to retrieve the value of the counter. Previously we have incremented by 1 and decremented by 1, and what will be the result? So that is get counter. So now public, the scope is public. Okay, so the constant function and which returns unsigned integer. So like this, so this is one of the simplest contract, solidity contract. Okay, so the programming syntax is almost similar to Java or C++. Okay, so here in this smart contract we are dealing with the strings. Okay, so we have defined the pragma statement. Okay, so in order to instruct the version of the solidity we are going to use, the contract name we have defined hello. Here is the message, the message is the state variable, the access is public access specifier, then the message belongs to the data type called string. So here also we are defining a function called hello, so which takes a single argument, okay, that is initial message. The scope of the function is public. Okay, so here within the function, the function name is hello. There we are initializing the message. The message is initialized to initial message. We done the initialization. In the next function we have like set message. It also takes one argument. The scope of the function is public here. Okay, now the message is new message initially, so there is a initial message. Now we are setting to new message. So just this contract is to illustrate how we are going to use the string. Okay, string state variables. Okay, let me go to the next slide. So here we have a contract for hello world, so there is no speciality in this, just we have defined the contract name, okay, and one function called hello world. Okay, so there we are trying to display a string. Okay, so that is hello world. Okay, so this is important, like value types in Solidity. So every programming languages, so we will be having the data types, right, in order to represent which type of data we are going to use in the programming. Like Solidity also we have different data types, or we will call it as value types. Okay, so we will start with uh, data type or value type called Boolean. Okay, so Boolean is the data type that can be used in Solidity programming. The possible values, okay, are constants, that is true or false. Okay, so there are two possibilities whenever we are using the bool data type, that is true or false. The keyword we are going to use in Solidity is bool. Second, we have integers. Okay, so here we can use the integer data types. It may be a signed integer or unsigned integer of various sizes. The keyword int and unsigned int we are going to use. You can see the example, like we have defined contract my sample. Okay, there unsigned integer we are defining a variable called x that is initialized to 50. So this is one of the simple declaration of the data type, variable called x, and we have initialized it to 50. Okay, then one more data type, address. Address is very important data type in Solidity, so which holds a 20 byte value. So this is obviously the size of an Ethereum address. So your address type will be having members and serve as a base for all contracts. So address is the data type. The keyword, what is the keyword? The address is the keyword in order to represent the address data type. I said address will be having two members, like members of the addresses are like balance and transfer. So with help of balance, it is possible to know the balance of a particular address. So I have one address, I want to check the balance of it. Okay, we can use the balance function. And if you want to transfer the ethers or cryptocurrencies to a particular address, then you can use the transfer function. So that is the line. It is possible to query the balance of an address using the property called balance and send the ethers to an address using the transfer function. Okay, so let me use the address data type. Okay, so I have used the data type called address. Okay, the variable name is x, which is initialized to some hexadecimal address, that is 0x123. Okay, so in the second line, so I am defining one more address type. Okay, so the address is a keyword. Okay, data type. Okay, the variable is my address. Okay, that is initialized to this address. Okay, and third line we have, I'm trying to use the members of addresses like balance and transfer. Okay, so if x dot balance is less than 10 and my address dot balance is greater than or equal to 10, so like we are querying the balance query. So x dot balance, we are trying to know the balance of x account. The address x balance is less than 10 and my address dot balance is greater than or equal to 10. So I am trying to transfer the ethers. Okay, 10 ethers to the address x. So here I am trying to transfer the 10 ethers to this particular address. Like this we can use the balance as well as transfer functions, and address is one of the data type in the Solidity. Next we have strings. Okay, so like other programming languages, here we can use the strings in Solidity. Okay, so here string literals are written with either a double quotes or a single quotes. So here we can represent the string by using the double quotes or single quotes, that is possible. You can see that here I have used a simple string. The data type is a string. Okay, so the variable is a language is equal to Solidity. So the initialization we have did. Okay, so the language is initialized with Solidity. Okay, well, in this tutorial we have discussed what are smart contracts and advantages of smart contracts and some programs, basic programs of Solidity. Okay, so in the upcoming tutorial, in the next tutorial, I am teaching the different Solidity programs and how we are going to execute in the Ethereum blockchain networks. Thanks for watching.